including geometer moths, owlet moths, and sphinx moths.
Okay, do you have a plus? What's your plus one?
Wait, sphinx moths? So does that mean they're half moth, half human? Because if so, we just solved the Mothman, guys.
No. It's just a type of moth.
Only if he asks riddles.
No, not all moths eat, but they are often eaten. Moths are in their caterpillars, make up a lot of biomass in the ecosystems where they live. And they aren't just empty calories either. Moths and caterpillars are rich in protein, and all kind of animals feed on moths and caterpillars. Birds, bats, frogs, lizards, and small animals, mammals. And in some parts of the world, even people.
Yeah, the other day I was just thinking, we need to make Caterpillar Florentine.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. No. Well, that's the 5 facts plus 1. Sorry, I'm messing up today. I went to school.
It's okay.
You're just fine. That was a lot of very big sciencey words.
Yes.
I'm surprised I even did that well.
I wouldn't have done that well, so I'm proud of you.
I think you did a great job.
I do too. But really, Caterpillar Florentine.
No,
I'm just saying.
No,
we could do a recipe.
No, how about you not? How about you not and throw that idea in the wishing well?
No, you know what? If you want to do Caterpillar Florentine, if we can get... you are welcome to eat the Caterpillar Florentine. If you really want it, we'll let you do a live taste testing on an episode.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't even question
Definitely record that video, too.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a great Patreon episode to me.
Yeah. You want to try a live caterpillar?
You know what? If enough people tuned in, I might think about it.
People tune in, actually?
Patreon donations, you can earmark that stuff. We make it happen.
Oh, yeah. No. We're going to do that.
$500 will eat
in your mouth.
All right.
Okay.
Real facts time. Time for the father and mother speaking.
Krista?
What?
Krista?
Uncle Danny's here. Why do I have to throw out the knowledge?
Because you have to throw out knowledge too. We're all in it together. As we say it, what is it?
We're a family plot.
We're all a family together no matter what. Okay, thank you. Let's get to it.
Before we get too deep into it, there is something I wanted to say real quick.
Yes.
No.
And I put this out on my personal Facebook. And it's something I've talked to Dan here about.
Yes.
Which is, I have, for the longest time, suffered with feelings of inadequacy. And when I say that...
Shut up, John. Sorry, but it's true.
Go.
Go ahead. No, I want you to continue. I'm sorry.
When I say that, what I'm saying is that in any group of people, I consider myself the lowest social point. I consider myself that most people really don't like me, and those who say they do are just lying to keep from hurting my feelings. These are things I've believed for as long as I can remember. And I recently put that out into the world, inspired mostly by Dan here to do so. And I have to say, the response has been uplifting. And so if there are feelings that you are, and here I'm speaking to you, the listeners, if there are feelings like this that you are carrying, then let me encourage you to reach out to those friends and people around you and tell them how you feel. Because as you get it, it's like poison. The longer you keep it in, the more it poisons you.
The more it affects you.
When you get it out, you feel better. So, I just wanted to take a moment and share something personal with our fans. Personal.
That's why you're stopping me from saying I'm stupid. Which isn't true, by the way.
You're right. You're not stupid.
You're not stupid at all. But yes, that is why I don't ever want you to feel like that, Krista. I don't want any of my children
I don't want to feel like that ever again. Ever since I went to that hospital. No. Not again.
So, let's talk about the Mothman.
Mothman!
What's he look like? Well,
Probably moth.
Probably, yeah.
most descriptions of him describe him as being gray or brown.
Of course.
Usually like a light brown. Some who have gotten close say he's covered in feathers. Others say he's covered in fur.
Fur, feathers, whatever.
Well, if you look...
not whatever. I mean, have you ever seen a feathered moth?
Yes.
No, but if you look at a moth itself, it looks furry.
It is furry.
Yeah, a little.
It is furry.
It kind of looks furry.
Furish.
Yeah.
So, there's
it's like
that.
the dust in on its wings and stuff.
It's described usually as being around 7 feet tall or taller with a wingspan of 10 feet.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They say it's able to fold its wings behind itself so you cannot see the wings.
It's probably going to blind you.
One sighting claims that it had feathers lining its body, legs, and arms. It has 2 large fiery red eyes that shine in light and are said to be sunken within its chest, which is a very weird description to me, but okay. Its shoulders are hunched and said not to have a head or neck. The few times a head is described, it is said to be grotesque.
Grotesque. Okay, that's not... I need more information.
Well,
Vague, right?
Grotesque.
Grotesque is a little vague.
Vague. Very vague.
Horrific. I don't have... They don't say... Oh, I mean... They don't say, "Oh, it's a giant bug's head." The word I can is grotesque.
That's fine. I think that's kind of a.
It's got an icky face. Is what I'm trying to say.
Icky face. Yeah, that's way more detailed.
He looks like this.
Nice.
Hey, I like that picture.
So now. It has been said to move at up to 100 miles an hour, and they have that because they know that because some of the cars in Point Pleasant, where they were trying to get away from, approached those speeds, and it was able to keep up with them.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, it is said to be able to change direction from flying straight on to straight up in a single wing flap, which would mean its wings are immensely powerful.
Ooh, so like a big bird. Ah!
Well, I think that's what some people suggested it might be, was a big bird or owl.
So some people have suggested it's a barn owl. Some people have suggested... we'll get into all of that later. But yes, some people have suggested it's a bird of some kind. We'll get into all that later because none of that makes any sense to me. And I'll go into why. But that is what a Mothman is supposed to look like. Now, in addition to that, many of those who reported that they got close to it reported physical symptoms afterward. Illness...
Eye infections.
Nausea and eye infections, yes, like pink eye or conjunctivitis or...
Scott Baio gave me pink eye.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about the Mothman and the sightings and what we know. Mothman first was described in 1966. That's 2 years before I was even born. So,
wow,
that was
he is old.
That is a while ago, isn't it? Thank you, Mr. Fierce.
He doesn't say.
Did you say something about your age, Father?
And then we get. Wow, that is old. Thanks, Uncle Danny.
Dad, did you say something about your age before? That's older than me. Did you say that?
I don't know.
I think you did.
Okay.
And if so, it's fair for him to pick on you if you picked on yourself, isn't it?
No.
No. Anyway, point is...
Whose side are you on here anyway?
Yeah, exactly. 2 young couples from Point Pleasant, okay?
I'm on my own side.
Is this part of the story or the opening to a joke?
No. Part of the story.
Okay.
This is the first sighting of the Mothman.
Oh, nice.
Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette they're in a vehicle, and they see a large gray creature whose eyes glowed red. Now, this is a point I'd like to stop and point out, like I often do, that nothing in nature has red eye shine. Not anything that we know of.
He has made that point out several times in the podcast.
So, they described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings following their car while they were driving in an area outside of town known as the TNT area. Now, it was called that because at one time during World War II, there had been a munitions factory there. So, they were the first to see it. Now, since then, it got seen by quite a few people. In some cases, it was seen walking, in which case it tended to shuffle like a penguin.
Yay, I'm shuffling like a penguin.
In other words, it walked like Dan Fierce here.
Wow. Y'all are just obsessed with picking on each other.
We're playing like that, I guess.
Now, 2 volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large flying creature with red eyes.
Nothing like red eye shine.
Well, you'd think firemen would know better. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson commented that he believes the sightings were due to an unusually large heron, and a heron is a large water bird, that he termed a shite poke. Now, I don't know if that's actually the name of a bird or if he's just saying, hey, this is a funny thing. I'm not sure. I'd never heard of anything called a shite poke before that wasn't another person.
I don't know, but that's definitely something that's going to come up in a conversation soon.
Watch your language.
You shite poke you.
So, now Newell Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors, and blamed buzzing noises from the television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature.
Ah, yes, because that's what happens when you have a giant moth.
Now, it's first posited by wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University that the descriptions match a sandhill crane. And he's not the last one that will make that argument. A lot of people say, well, it's a sandhill crane. It's not native to the area. It must have gotten lost while it was trying to head south, and that's why it wound up in Point Pleasant and scared everybody, because they didn't recognize a sandhill crane. But one thing about the Mothman, in addition to it makes everybody sick that gets anywhere near it, is it also seems to affect electrical equipment. Like when it was flying near the car, the radio went out.
Radio.
So, can someone explain to me how a sandhill crane affects the radio in your car, or gives you conjunctivitis, or any of these things?
I don't know. Magic powers?
I don't know if it's a conjunctivitis, but I'm very allergic to feathers, so... If it was a sandhill crane, it would probably affect me that way.
Possibly. Okay, I'll take that. But, again, how's it affecting the radio? And one of the things that people like about the sandhill crane is while it does not have red eye shine, it does have red underneath its eyes, like an albatross or a gull.
Albatross.
They have red right around the eyes. Actually, I was in Michigan. There's a place in Michigan, Mackinac Island, and I was just off of Mackinac, and there were all these gulls, and I had some bread left over from a sandwich, and I thought, gee, I'll feed the gulls. big mistake because you don't just feed one gull. Every gull